What's up with that, guys? Thanks for tuning in. Today, I'm joined by a bona fide rock star. Locally, you've seen him playing the national anthem at the Dallas Mavericks, Dallas Stars game. Internationally, filling up arenas with K-pop icons around the world. More recent years, you've probably seen him on stage with MGK. I'm excited. I'm honored. Thank you for your time. Thrilled to have you. Welcome, Justin Lyons.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
Man, it's I'm just really thrilled to have you here. I'm a fan first,
Oh,
and I've seen you live before.
Okay.
Fucking killer, dude.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. So I kind of wanted to just kind of jump into this and let me get an origin story. Are you from Dallas?
From Dallas, born and raised. I always tell people I'm born and raised from Dallas, but kind of being cultivated by the world.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, just from traveling so much, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. What kind of area? Oak Cliff.
Oak Cliff,
Yeah.
that's my hood, you know.
Yeah. That's my
Oak
hood.
Cliff, that's my hood, man. Born and raised, you know, cultivated. Huge background growing up in church playing,
Okay.
you know, instrument. You know, my dad plays guitar as well, but I always say that my mom taught me because my mom was the one that was right there with me, humming to me like what notes to play
Right.
and how to approach XYZ. So she's the reason why my ear is incredible the way it is today.
That's cool. I credit a lot of my my music knowledge to my mom too,
Wow.
because she kind of
Okay.
pushed me to like Stevie Ray and like that whole kind of like. It wasn't classic rock at the time, but now it's like it's considered like real classic, you know,
Sure.
like dad rock kind of.
Yeah. But
But
sure.
yeah, she kind of cultivated that to me too. That's awesome.
man.
You spoke on Dallas a little bit, man. What do you think it is about Dallas that just like produces these incredible guitar players? Like because you've got you, Stevie Ray, Tommy Katona, who plays in the Stevie Ray cover band, and then you got Tim Henson. I mean, just to name a few, you
Some
know,
great, yeah, for sure.
Post Malone.
Yeah, yeah. Post is killing the game right now too. Surprisingly, but not surprisingly. You know what? I think from the spectrum of like how people view music, I don't think people put Dallas on the map,
Yeah,
and I
right.
think that creates the musician to have a little chip on their shoulder on like, yo, we're players too. You know, a lot of times it's the East Coast or the West Coast or the Midwest that gets a lot of love and just musicianship, but Dallas got different kind of sauce. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, I agree with that, man. Because everyone here just got that grit to them.
Yeah,
You
man.
know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That deep Ellum grit.
That Deep Ellum grid. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. Before Deep Ellum was what it is now, though. You know. So yeah, I think just having that little chip on the shoulder and just having the skill set and the energy of like, yo, like, let me show y'all what real music sounds like. Because nothing sounds like anything from here. Like, I've been to a lot of jam sessions on the East Coast, a lot of jam sessions even on the West Coast. And, man, I was just like, nobody's touching Dallas like that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
In terms of musicianship and players, you know?
Yeah. Let me get your opinion on what do you think of Dallas being like a jump off city? Like you have to leave here to kind of make it. Because like you said, people kind of put us in the dark a little bit, you know?
True. I think we used to be. I feel like we're growing out of that now.
Yeah.
I feel like in the next 2 years, it's about to be something crazy. Just because Dallas is booming right now.
It really is.
With them, you know, working on plans to build like a casino here. All of those little aspects of why Dallas is about to be the spot to be at, like the new LA or something. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
absolutely. Yeah, no, they're
Yeah.
building it up. I mean, everything's building. I mean, the housing industry, everything's booming right now.
Booming.
Yeah.
And man, it's some incredible talent here. It's some incredible musicians here, man. And I've been gone for such a long time, and coming back and now seeing like these new flowers springing up everywhere. I'm like, yo, like, have I been gone that long? You know. So I'm excited to like get my hands dirty and like being hands on with developing the new musicians and the artists here
Absolutely.
in Dallas. Yeah.
That's still, man.
Yeah.
Do you reach out to a lot of people to do like session work with them, or do you try and do like a whole project at a time? What's your approach to that?
Well, right now my approach is if I think you have talent, if you're an artist, so it's twofold. If you're an artist and then if you're a musician. If you're an artist, I want to produce your project for you. Let me produce your project for you so you can feel safe, comfortable, and secure that it's going to be a great product. And then that's always practice for me, and it's fun. It's like an exhibition game or something, you know. But in terms of the musician, if you're trying to be that touring musician or you just want to perfect your gift, like I want to help you take off in that, you know.
Yeah.
So we're building like artist development. Like that's what I'll be tapping into a lot this year: artist development and musician development.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
just
got your hand in that too?
yeah, I got my hand in there, working on the ebook for touring musicians. You know, if you want to be a touring musician, so that should be, you know, dropping this year as well, and
That's dope, man.
just giving the information because Dallas doesn't have it, and I know you can get it on YouTube, et cetera, et
Yeah,
cetera.
but to get it from someone who's lived it,
Yeah,
you
man,
know, to get that hands-on experience.
exactly.
Yeah, that shit's valuable.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's dope, man. That you're putting that out there for people because a lot of people don't know where to go to get that information.
exactly.
There's no outlet for it.
Dude, and that leads to mental dysfunction, and
Yeah.
to me,
Yeah.
because when you're stressed, when you're trying to do this as a full-time situation, man, it can send you to mental spirals because you're like, I don't know who to call, what to do, how
Yeah.
to do it, and now you're just lost.
It's a vast ocean out there, man.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Tell me about your album you just put out, man. That just dropped, I think, like September-ish, was it?
Yeah, it was around my birthday, man. I'm starting to see that that's kind of like the thing to do, drop a project on my birthday or something.
Okay.
But Believe, the project name is Believe. That wasn't going to be the name at first, but I feel like that was definitely the perfect name for it. Showcasing my writing along with my friend Dre. Shout out to Dre Turner. But to really highlight like my production ability. Like people don't know I produce. People are always hitting me up like, man, I didn't know you produce. I'm like, dude, I got some music out there that I produce for other artists as well as my own projects, you know. But I don't really like talking about myself, if that sounds crazy. You know, just sitting here, yeah, I do this, I do that, I do this. Yeah, but the Believe project was to just put a great body of work because I'm not signed to a label right now to where they have me assigned to a particular artist.
Okay.
And as I'm traveling, I'm always writing songs based off of the influence that I'm getting from whatever city or country I'm in.
Okay.
So a lot of those songs were just coming as I was on the road with Machine Gun Kelly. I was just kind of brainstorming. I always travel with little books and pen. I gotta have
Yeah.
pen and paper. You know,
Yeah.
it's something different about pen and paper.
Absolutely.
But I was just constructing a body of work to reignite people's belief because people ain't believing no more.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And for my followers and the people that listen to my music, that's kind of where I want them to kind of be steered towards believing again. So we don't have any more suicides and people like just losing faith in themselves
Yeah,
and
have some
losing
hope.
faith in their belief. Yeah. So hope is inevitable, and I feel like it's needed right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so you kind of spoke on it. What's the difference in like touring America and touring like overseas? What's like the big difference to you?
Oh man. I got my first. Okay, so it's a big difference, but it's a big difference based off of like the genre too. Because when I was doing K-pop, man, yo, K-pop is another world,
Dude, it's the biggest genre.
dude. But the fans,
Yeah, that's
the
that's
fans.
another level
Yeah,
of
it's another.
intensity.
It is, man. I think from the place of if you are a part of that band or that entity, then they look at you just as much as they look at the artist.
Okay.
If you're playing it right, if
Yeah,
you
okay.
you know if you're going about it right, and for me, I know a lot of fans really want to be connected to their artists. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them get ignored by their artists, their favorite artists, whatever the case may be. So I'm like the closest thing to them to get into their artist. So, I don't want to overlook the little man every time, you know? So if I see somebody, I reach out to them, build a relationship to them, and their fan base is diehard fan base. The European side, they're wild too, and they're so supportive. They're so, again, I did Europe with K-pop as well, so it's different. So I guess I have to do it by genres of artists that I'm playing with.
Sure.
K-pop is a wow. Playing with an American artist is different. Um, it's still great. It's still great.
I imagine so. I mean,
Yeah,
either way, it's cool, right?
yeah, it's great. I think the way the system of fandom and the way the two different genres are set up, yeah, it's just a different world and a
Different
different
vibe.
experience. Yeah,
I feel that.
but they're night and day. Both great, but night and day for
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
Tell me about how do you go about making the because like everybody that plays the Star Spangled Banner, you either fucking nail it or it's questionable, right? You know, and I feel like you nail it every time.
Thank you.
So how do you go about making that unique to yourself as a guitar player and making it like unique to the song itself?
All right, that's a really great question. Um, for me, man, it's easy. I know that I'm an energy. I know like the Guitar Slayer brand is an energy, an
Mm-hmm.
experience, Um, and I know my quirks. I know my skill set. And one of my things that I love to do is pay attention to like the words and what does the word mean, or like how can I bring energy through a guitar to a particular word or a particular moment of the song. And not only that, man, I did my homework with watching what's considered who are the greats, like Whitney Houston, Marvin Gaye, of course, Jimi Hendrix,
Mm-hmm.
even James Brown. Like I was studying the people that I listen to see, okay, why are these considered great national anthem renditions?
Yeah.
And man, I didn't know I was gonna be playing it this many times, honestly.
You thought it was
So
just a one-time
yeah,
thing?
just one time and
Yeah.
it's all good. But now that I'm constantly being called to do it again and again, now that I ain't gonna say it puts pressure on me, but it excites me to bring something different out of me.
Oh,
Cause it can't be for me, it can't be the same every
I was
time.
about to say, are you playing it the same every time?
Oh no, I can't.
That's
That'll
awesome.
get boring.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to challenge myself, and I want to take it to new levels every time you experience
Yeah.
it. I want to make that moment of the game just as exciting as the halftime show. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's just putting a different spin and a different, look at the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah. Well,
So
I think you kill it every time. Tell me about that jersey you were wearing at the Stars game, dude. You had that custom made?
yeah, so
I think it's clean, dude.
thank you, man.
I like
Thank
that.
you. Again, with trying to push the limits, just how we are with the music side of it or the guitar side of it. Um, Stylistically, I love fashion,
Hmm.
and fashion is such a big part of the industry. Music and fashion go hand in hand. So I reached out to my friend. She's like my go-to person when it comes to seamstry, designing, reconfiguring, whatever the case may be. Shout out to Chelsea DeGray. Um, I had an idea. I said, you know what? I've already done this look before. I've already done that energy before. I've already worn a suit before. How can I? What's next? They gave me a jersey, and I was just like, man,
I'm about to cut this up. That's what you.
that's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said. I said, yo, let's cut this up. Like,
Hmm.
can we make this into a blazer? And man, like you should have been in that room with us with just
Brainstorming.
brainstorming and
Yeah.
trying to configure it, man. And she just went crazy. I gave her some ideas, like, yo, if we do it like this, how about this? And she already had like some ideas going in her mind. But once we married the two, I like I said, I posted a video about it. I was like, I let her just do her magic.
Hmm.
And when I came back, I was like, whoa, this is hot, you know. And then when I put it on, I was like, something's still missing.
What was it missing?
Had to cut the sleeve off.
Yeah.
That
I
was
noticed
like,
that you had one
yeah,
off. Yeah.
that was the finishing touch,
Yeah.
just so it can add just that little guitar slayer, little edge to it.
Oh yeah.
And I want to present something different to the Dallas Stars, the one of one. There is no Dallas Stars blazer out there.
Yeah. I've
You know
never
what I'm
seen
saying?
one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I love pushing the limits. I love like setting a new bar. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's the magic of creating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, tell me about some of your guitar influences. What inspired you to start?
Well, first, man, we're creatures of habit. You know what I'm saying? And growing up in church and my entire family being musically inclined, I think that made it a little bit more easier for me to get adapted to it.
Hmm.
And my mom started to see that I had a love for it. You know, my mom started to see, I'm not trying to give like a sob story or anything like that, but like my mom couldn't afford $75 for 30 minutes of guitar lessons when I was a little kid. We just couldn't afford it. And I remember us going to not Guitar Center, but it was Brick Maze at the time. Are you familiar with
Yeah,
Brick
I
Maze?
remember Brick
Yeah,
Maze.
Brick
Yeah.
Maze was the store back in the day, of just gear and lessons, et cetera, et cetera. And that was the store that I used to live out of, just excited to just be amongst all kinds of guitars. And this one particular day, my mom took me and she said she couldn't afford it. The look on her face, I still remember it. You know, I was like, dang. And I just told my mom, like, Mom, don't worry, I will learn. Those were my exact words to her. And from there, being brought up in church and faith based, etc. Her next option was like, so we're gonna pray over it. So they were praying all the time over me, and my grandparents would pray over me every week until I tapped in. And one of the questions that my grandmother asked me, which goes back to my album, she said, "Do you believe?" That was the first question she asked me before she
You
started
have
praying
to,
over
man.
me.
If you don't believe in yourself, nobody will.
Right,
You know, it
but
starts with you.
exactly. But try asking a 5, 6 year old that,
Yeah.
like, do you believe? Well, you got to believe, Justin. Okay, and I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, believe. Yes, ma'am. I believe.
What does that mean? What does that mean to a 5-year-old?
You know.
Yeah.
But I just knew it was something I had to do. So man, I kept going at it until I nailed it, and I've been doing it ever since, man. 5 years old.
That's crazy. You know, the older I get, I realize that like the real successful people are the ones that just didn't quit.
Hmm.
They're the ones that just didn't stop. That didn't stop it when they meet some kind of adversity. They pushed through it. You know, or continued to play even though they couldn't afford a guitar at the time. You
True.
know, they found some way to do it.
True.
You know, those are the people that end up making it, I think.
Nah, true, man. And hey, man, one of my favorite phrases: "History favors the bold."
Yeah.
So you got to be bold at attacking whatever it is you want to do. You got to be bold at just believing in whatever it is that you want to accomplish.
Chase some dreams, man.
Yeah, man. And
Yeah.
if you keep at it, you will see it come to pass.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to talk to you about your orange guitar.
Okay.
What's the story behind that thing? Because it stands out like crazy.
Thank you, man.
Orange is like my favorite color.
That's
So,
mine too. Come on, come on now.
So it stood out
Yeah.
to me. I was like, all right,
I
all
love
right.
that. I love that. Well, look, man. A lot of times things. Okay, let me see how I want to answer this. And I love that orange guitar. Orange is my favorite color, and I also know that orange, um, the energy that it ignites when you see the color
Yeah, dude.
orange.
Yeah.
Like that's what I wanted to give people. I wanted to give people like when you see it, you're like, ah, in the way my guy used the color and the paint. Um, it was purposeful. Like first mine was I don't like when the musician get. First, I'm always thinking about the musician too. I don't like when the musician gets washed out
In the background, you
in
mean?
the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like musicians do a lot of work. Artists do a lot of work too. Like not taking absolutely anything from the artist. And we're all artists on stage, but it's a lot of work that the musician goes into. A lot of like long hotel nights, whatever the case being, taken away from their families or whether they stand up all night to learn a piece of music. Like artists, like I don't know if they really know like all of the strenuous work that
I
goes
don't think
into the
so.
musicians
Yeah.
that's really preparing because we don't want to mess up, we don't want to lose our jobs, et cetera, et cetera. So the color choice was because I know like if we're in a black space and it was designed particularly to like nail some black pink shows, and oftentimes we'll be in the background or behind the screens or something like that. But I needed that light. When that light hit that guitar, you can be a mile away and you're gonna see it just
Yeah.
sparkle at you. And then it's gonna grab you in. And then once you're grabbed in, now you're listening to me.
Hmm.
And now when you're listening to me, now you're hearing what I got to say. Now you're in a whole little trance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of good energy and good vibes, you know. But the guitar was created because I was reaching out to a particular guitar company. I was like, hey man, I want a signature guitar. Like I've been doing this and repping y'all and boosting y'all and with y'all for a long time. Like what's up? And they was just kind of like, oh, we can't. It was just give me a runaround.
Is
And
that PRS? You want to say?
I can't say,
You wanna say,
yeah,
okay.
I can't say, yeah. But it's disheartening as for somebody that's like, yo, like it should be a give,
Yeah.
take kind of thing.
It
Like,
should be mutual.
you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
for me, man, I really don't need another guitar. I think I'm at like number 52.
You got 52.
Yeah, man.
You can never have enough, right?
I think I got enough.
Yeah.
Only reason why, cause like those moments of like, yo, okay, I got to do a show this weekend. Which guitar do I want to use? You know,
Well, I think when you're sitting and looking at 50 of them, yeah,
that's a bit much, you know.
Yeah.
So at the point now, I'm just like, yo, like how can we build a different relationship? Like I know how to get y'all's product in front of people, and then I got the DMs to prove that people are going to buy these guitars because XYZ, you know.
Yeah.
So for me, man, I'm a rebel sometimes. So it's like, oh, I can't have one. Cool. Called up one of my buddies. Let's make me a guitar.
Hell yeah.
Okay, what do you want to do? How do you want it to look? This is how I need it to look. This is what I want it to look like. This is what I need to feel like. Just went through everything with him. And shout out to Spencer Deaton. That's his name. He's local too.
Okay.
He's been my guitar tech here locally for like maybe say 7 years.
Nice.
And he was just working at Guitar Center at the time. He set up my first guitar. I was like, ooh, this feels like butter.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I would work with other techs from time to time, and it wasn't the same. So I just kept working with him. Excuse me. I kept working with him, and I saw he had a gift. So I was like, look, man, you're dope at what you do. Do you do anything outside of this, man? Like maybe I can take you on the road with me or something. He was like, yeah, I got a family, so I can't leave, but I've been dabbling in making these guitars. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna get you on the map then. Make me one.
Man, I'm interested, honestly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he makes amazing work, man. So it's definitely one of those showpieces that has now become like a collectible item for me. Like,
It's kind of like a signature thing for you too.
yeah, man. Yeah.
It's kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Ambiguous with you. You know. I think of you. I think of that orange guitar. You know.
Oh, that's love, man. I appreciate that. Now I feel crazy for not always having it, you know. But it doesn't always fit in every situation, you know.
Yeah, you can't play like that's the thing about guitars, man. Like they all have their different vibe, right? You know, so you bring one to this show, bring another one to the other show.
And I think playing wise it fits, but color wise, because like for me, I'm an aesthetic person, so I need it to match, or I don't want it to be off putting for like the scenery of the set
You wanna
itself.
match.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm always thinking about those little things as a musician, especially with being in a part of Machine Gun Kelly band. It's just about finding like he loves that we are all our own individuals.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something about us all being cohesive as well in our individually.
Yeah, talk to me a little bit about that. Like, how do you go about splitting up guitar parts between all the three of y'all? Between you, Sophie, and MGK.
Well, it's easy. As you know, with recording parts, it's always like 100 guitar parts in records sometimes anyway. So, just finding what doesn't work, you know, what doesn't translate, you know, finding out what does work. And for me, I'm a producer. We're all producers, but I take pride in producing as well. And for me, it's like, since I work with a lot of vocal artists and I do a lot of vocal producing, for me, it was about like, all right, let's set these guitar parts up like a harmony of vocals, because we're technically singing with our instrument. So like he might hold down the chunks, she might hold down the strums, and then I might hold down like the color. And then when you put those things together, it's just like when you making a record. Like you got those three components, and it's like, oh, it's beautiful. So when we all know what's going on, it makes it easier. And then with Kel's having to sing and play, like our job is to take as much load off of him as possible.
I can see that.
So yeah, we take pride in it. It makes it easy. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy and have fun being on stage with Sophie as like my as my sidekick on the Guitar World to accompany Chaos. You know, it's real cool.
No, she's great, dude. I follow her on Instagram, and she's got some killer videos on there. She's a great player. I got this segment on here called Hit or Shit.
Hit and shit.
Hit or shit.
Hit or shit. Okay.
So basically, I'm just gonna name a few things at you, and you just tell me if that's a hit for you. Or if that's shit.
All right.
All right, and some of them are loaded. So.
All right. So can we do like a practice one so I can understand?
All right, hit or shit. Nike Pandas.
Well,
The black and white Nike Pandas. Hit or shit.
I gotta say shit because I don't know what they are.
Just regular, just dunks, Nike dunks, just regular black and white Nike dunks. Everyone calls them pandas.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm not hip right now, so I'm gonna say shit.
Shit, I think they're shit too. Everyone's got them. They're just kind of they're kind of cliche to me, but yeah. Anyway, next thing, hit or shit, Fender Stratocasters.
Ooh,
You either love them or hate them.
I'm gonna say shit.
Shit. You gotta tell me why.
I'm a humbucker guy.
Humbucker.
I'm a humbucker
See,
guy.
mine's got one though. I got the HSS on mine.
Yeah, something about the Strat that I think works. I know people have figured out how to use them in various situations, but for me, they're a little too twangy to work in every scenario. With the humbuckers, you got the pull tab that can make it diverse. But I come from a jazz blues background, so those humbuckers and just how grimy and big they sound, like it'll piss on some single coils, you know.
It will.
So
right.
yeah.
No, I feel you. All right, how about hit or shit line 6 amps?
Hit. Yeah, they kind of
surprising.
Yeah, only reason why I used to have a line 6 probably just like that.
Everyone's got one, right?
Yeah.
We all have one, dude. Every guitar player.
But
got one.
the built-in components of it, like I think now they might have gotten so much more advanced. When I had one, it was like 15 years ago when it still sound a little too digital.
It's a little too technology.
Yeah,
based.
but now like the way they computerizing and modulating and stuff, man, like hey, like they're really dope.
When you play live, do you use a modulator like that, or like neural DSPs, or like are you playing like live analog pedals and stuff?
It depends on the gig. On stage, or like on a tour, it's Kemper.
Oh, Kemper. Okay.
Yeah, I started out using like the GT 1000, because man, like the acoustic in that, it's fire, man. I don't know if you play one, but just the sounds from that machine is pretty incredible.
Yeah, I've never played on one of those.
Yeah, the Kemper is kind of like we're all on stage running through Kemper, so it just kind of made it easy to just like across the board, even the bass,
match up tones and stuff.
everybody, and then we're being able to pull tones from the actual album to upload it into.
I didn't know it did that.
Yeah,
So you get that exact tone.
You get the exact tone,
Sounds just like the album.
Exactly.
And that's what sucks sometimes. You go see a live band, they don't sound anything like the album.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's the main component of why I was like, okay, let's go with the Kemper. You know what I'm saying? But cool. Yeah, line 6 is dope.
All right.
Yeah.
That's not surprising. Gibson guitars, hit or shit?
Oh yeah, hit for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're heavy as shit.
So heavy.
But the tone and the look, the aesthetic, so rockstar.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've never owned a Gibson. They're a little out of my price point, but I'd like to have one. A nice little Les Paul Studio or something.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Schecter, but those Diamond Series Les Paul editions are pretty dope, man. You should go to Guitar Center and check one out, man.
I've been eyeballing this dude for a while. I've been eyeballing this Schecter. It's a pink Schecter up there. Dude,
Word.
I'm about to go buy it. Like
what body style is it?
It's the C style, the Hellraiser one.
Okay.
Like the C series.
Yep.
It's pretty sick.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. It's like a magenta color. It's not like a hot pink.
Oh.
It's dope, man. I like it.
Dope.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of pink guitars and stuff, hit or shit, MGK's Razor Blade guitar.
I'm gonna say hit. The reason why, man, creativity and thinking outside of the box, man. That's again, history favors the bold. That's bold. Bold statement, bold design, and man, he makes it sound good. Straight up.
when I first saw it, I was like, man, I don't know about that. It looked like a cigar box to me, like a cigar box guitar. You know what I'm talking about? Like the old school, like just square body, like banjo almost.
Yeah, wow.
And I was like, okay, I see
that.
I see what you're doing there. And then it grew on me. I saw him playing it live, and I was like, okay, I see it now. I dig it.
Yeah, man.
Sick.
Look, man, it's art. I think the idea behind it was cool. I know there was a lot of controversy around it because of like what they thought or people thought it
It's a razor
represented.
blade.
Yeah, for
you know?
sure. But a lot of people, they were making it be from a negative connotation, and I totally get it. But razor blades are used for. I come from a barber world. I used to be a barber, so we use razor blades, so we don't see it like that. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't take it that way.
Yeah, for sure.
I just thought it was like punk rock.
For
what I'm
sure.
saying?
That's
Yeah.
all rock and roll, man.
All right. How about John Mayer's Silver Sky?
And you trying to put me on the spot, man. Golly.
Yeah, I know you're a guitar player. I'm a guitar player. I'm gonna put you on the spot, brother. I want to know what you think.
I'm gonna say shit.
Shit.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because it's a Fender Strat.
Like, don't be mad at me, PRS. But for me, like, I'm tall, so the guitar feels a little bit. It feels like I'm playing a miniature
It's
guitar.
kind of small, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It
feel
feels
you
like
on
I'm
that.
playing a miniature guitar. Maybe it should have been 24 frets or something, so it can have like just that extended feel, body, something. But yeah, I used it on the Blackpink tour. I even got clips of Jenny taking my guitar in the middle of the performance and going out front stage to play it. So that was a cool moment. But yeah, I gotta say shit. Like, even I put a humbucker pickup in as my bridge, and
You're just not
yeah.
getting the tone out of it, or is it the playability, the action? What are you not liking about it?
Oh man,
Or is it just the size?
well, I have sensitive ears and tone. So for me, like when I'm listening to how the translation from the pick to the guitar, it's like it's something I hear in there um that just doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
As an artist, it just doesn't click with you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but man, I have like 9, 10 PRSs. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely vouch for that company and that guitar. But those guitars, but the Silver Sky, it was cool. It was cool for them to try it. You know? Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a Strat to me. I mean, John Mayer, he's fond of Strats. That's what he plays. And
Yeah.
I think he got this deal with PRS, and they're like, hey, let's do something.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to John Mayer for for being incredible and being able to walk into a company and be like, "This is what I want," and they say, "Okay, dope."
He can kind of do that with anybody now.
Yeah, man, straight up.
Okay. Now some more like kind of goofy ones. Hitter shit karaoke.
You know what? Hit, man. It's fun. Just get out there and live your best life, man. I did a karaoke. I did a karaoke before on a cruise ship, and I won first place.
No shit.
Yeah, I did Michael Jackson, and I used to dance and everything, man. This guy right here was a big reason to why I fell in love with dance, because he's an awesome, like, yo, put on some music, dude, go crazy. So seeing him as we were growing up in that lane definitely made me be like, yo, I want to be a dancer. So I took those skills on the cruise ship and I entered myself into a karaoke bout and I won first place. So
Away with the trophy, huh?
walked away with a trophy. So yeah, thanks, Corey Smith. I appreciate that.
All right. Hitter shit cold pizza. Like, like the day after and get some cold pizza.
Dang. See, I'm the guy that would take a. See, I'm the guy that would take a blow dryer
Heat that shit up.
and heat it up. You know what I'm saying? I was that guy on tour. Where I would. My homies them might still have video from when we were in Korea, because yeah, things were just different. Calling downstairs to say, hey, can you warm up my food? You know what I'm saying? All of that. But I would take the pizza box if it's cold, and I cut a hole in it, keep the pizza in there, close it so that heat can stay contained.
Oh my God.
And I put the blow dryer right over the top
Wow.
until it was heated. and I knew it was time to eat.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so to answer the question, I like cold pizza too, so I say hit. It's a hit. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting the pizza box with the with the hair.
Hey, but you saw it though, right?
Yeah, no, I can
Like,
picture it exactly.
Genius, you
Yeah,
know.
that's
Yeah.
smart. Okay, how about hit or shit punching in on tracks? Or do you like to just record the whole track?
Ah man, is it a such thing as a toss up?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, cause I like both. I like to punch in if it's necessary, but I like the energy, so I want the energy to feel the same. So most times I just start over. You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel you on that.
Yeah.
I don't really like punching in too much.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of time you can kind of hear it. The energy's not the same.
Yep.
You know, it feels
Tone's not the same.
right,
Something.
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you eventually end up doing it over anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just making it better. How about you're from around here? Hit or shit the Texas State Fair.
Oh man, that's a good one, dude. Dang man, why you put me on the spot like
Got
this?
to.
I like this.
Got to.
I like it. The State Fair. I'm gonna say shit.
I totally agree with you.
Shit.
I totally agree, man.
Straight up.
You go like once you've been, you don't need to go
You
again.
don't have to go again.
You
man.
don't need to.
Yeah, I think it's overrated. It's cool. I like I'm a Six Flags guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's yeah, just knowing how the game system is set up and all of those things. It's like I know that it's rigged, so you still want me to pay money. You know,
Right,
like
yeah.
those little things. You
It's a
know,
money pit for sure.
boy, yeah,
Oh
yeah. So shit.
I feel you on that. All right. This is more like current event shit. Hit or shit. The TikTok ban that's going on because they're talking about getting rid of TikTok completely. Are you on TikTok?
I am on TikTok. I'm not super involved on it.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that it's interesting that the U.S. is trying to come in and strong on the situation. Now, I think that's shit. You know, to say, hey, we gotta, you gotta hand over anything to us, and y'all didn't even create it. Come on now. So, and if you don't, then we're gonna shut it down. You know, I get it in the grand scheme of business, but that's like it could have just happened a different kind of way. So for that reason, it's shit.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing on the hit or shit. Deep Ellum.
It's hit. It's a hit.
It's always gonna be a hit, right?
Yeah, it's a hit. It's great food. They're building it up. They're really changing it to a really great community. The environment and the energy is really cool there for it. Man, it's gonna be booming like 6th Street pretty soon in Austin. You know what I'm saying? Or even better, I think it's probably already surpassed like just the
It's
energy. Of it.
definitely getting there or equal to.
Yeah, for sure. And some of my favorite food spots is down there, man. So yeah, Deep Ellum is definitely a hit.
Yeah, that's a big hit for me too.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to talk to you about a quote I saw of yours in the Guitar World magazine. You're quoted as saying, "I got to a point now in my career, and this might sound crazy, but I mainly practice in my mind." Elaborate on that a little bit,
Yeah, man.
because I feel like I do the same thing. I get to the point where I know the song. I know the chord progressions, and I can just kind of visualize it all. I don't really need to sit there and physically play it to
Right.
practice it.
Right. And that and the way I trot out my songs helps me remember in this weird kind of way. So even when I do get on stage, I still see the notes floating around, you know. But yeah, I practice in my head a lot. Music is always in my head. Although having a guitar would be cool, but as long as I take my notes down, listening to the music, I'm practicing in my head. So when I do get out on stage, I already know. Now when I listen to music too, after I've already done the part of understanding the notes, then I go back and I listen to what energy needs to be applied.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that.
So I can really tap in and tap into that atmosphere a little bit harder, you know?
That's still, man.
Yeah.
How about and this is kind of what you just said. You said don't add noise to a track, add color.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, man. I think with adding color, it helps. It helps add just a pop of excitement. You know what I'm saying? It adds to just the thrill of whatever it is. If you add noise, noise is always sometimes most referred to as a distraction. You know, and as music and doing music for a decade and a half professionally at this level, like yeah, I don't want to make noise unless it's intended noise. You
Mm.
know, but adding color is just like adding like a gravy to that steak. You know what I'm saying?
I think it takes it really speaks to a guitar player too. Is like if you can you know how to like fade back on a track
Hmm.
and not always be like Eddie Van Halen eruption like coming at you full blaze, you know.
For
But
sure.
if you know how to kind of kick back and be what serves the song
For sure.
rather than just trying to be
Be all over the place.
guns
Yeah.
blazing, you know.
Yeah. No, that's a good phrase. Serve the song, man. Like listen to it. Like even when I'm working with artists, from whether I have to play on a track or I'm producing a track, I'm just always like, so what do you want to say?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I can know what to add to, the piece.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah,
So yeah, add color, man. That's with life, man. Add color, not noise.
yeah. That kind of goes into everything, right?
Everything,
Yeah,
man. Like how you are with your friend. Like if you end up like you don't want distractions and noise. You want that color. Thank you for adding some spice to my life. Thank you for adding
yeah,
that little splash.
yeah.
So yeah, it
I agree
applies
with
to
that.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a question I ask everybody that comes on, and I usually get some great responses from it. And I'd love to get your opinion on it because you're someone that's pretty well traveled.
Hmm.
How do you experience time, like overall? Because you go in and out of time zones, and I'm sure it's pretty hectic at sometimes. But how does it just generally feel to you?
Well, are you familiar with the Twilight Zone?
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was like the Twilight Zone a lot. I didn't go to sleep from yesterday.
Are you still up?
Yeah, I'm still up.
Damn.
And I thought I probably would have been tired coming in, but I was like, yo, I'm up. I went to the gym last night, and I think that just kind of had
Hmm.
my energy going in, and I was excited to come and chat. So, how I experience time, man. Whenever I get sleepy, just go ahead and take a little nap.
Okay.
So instead of trying to be like, oh, I gotta go to sleep at this time, or nah, man, I just wherever I am, just go. And then when I'm in the studio working, I lose track of time anyway because there's no windows.
Yeah.
So I'm just in there, you know.
It's like a casino. You know, that's why they don't have no windows in there. They get you locked in.
That's true,
You don't
man.
know what time it
You
is.
don't know what time it is.
You
That's
walk
that's
out,
true.
it's middle of the night.
Yep. And that's exactly how it is, man. Like sometimes I don't even stop to eat. Uh, Friends check on me and be like, "Hey, have you ate today?"
Mm-hmm.
You know. So time, man, is just high experience time. I'm just in it, man. Just present wherever I'm placed at in time. You know, if I have to go to the other side of the world right now and I know an entire day ahead, just hey, just give it the program. It's all good. Yeah.
I find that interesting, man. Just someone that travels a lot because I'm pretty stationary. You know, so my time is pretty linear. You know, it, I don't know. I get great responses from people with that because everyone tends to experience time just slightly different. You know,
Yeah,
some
man.
people be like, just it flies by, and other people are like, I don't really think about it.
Nah, I do. It really does fly by, man. We're already in March. It feels like we just
Yeah.
went into the 24.
Right?
Like literally went into year
Do you think
24.
time's like speeding up a little bit? Like the past couple of years, like there's like this like thing like people talk about like time just seems to be like on fucking like fast track the past couple of years.
I think what makes time feel like it's speeding up is because people are getting more busy.
Okay.
So when you're doing more, before you know, you're like, oh shoot, dang, what happened with time?
Yeah.
Especially when you're busy with something you like you love producing or even doing a podcast. Like you can sit up there for hours editing, and before you know, you're like, Dang, I didn't even know. I thought I was only on this for 2 hours. It's been 9 hours. You know what I'm saying? So I think in that sense, that makes time go really extremely fast, you know?
Man, MGK kind of catches some static.
Okay.
You know, does that ever come back to you in any way?
Nah. Well, people used to always be like, "Yo, man, like, how are you playing, or why are you playing with that guy?"
Yeah, I'm sure you get that question.
Yeah, no. And in those instances, man, I just ignore it. If I'm pissed in a way, then I'll address it because they don't know. They're on the outside looking in.
Yeah,
But
I mean, nobody really knows.
yeah, nah, dude is great. The team is incredible, and yeah, I get a kick out of just being with the family. You know what I'm saying?
I bet, dude. Looks
So
like
yeah, it definitely just makes us all, with the status that he does get. I know for me, because I just been around a lot of artists, and I already know that artists feel unsafe. We don't know who to trust. We don't know who's around us. So for me, I'm always looking at Kels or any artist that I'm around like as another set of eyes of protection
yeah.
to make sure they're good. Because if something comes his way, it's gonna affect all of us. So it just kind of, and I want to protect my brother, especially with him being in the limelight like he is on a different stratosphere. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I ignore it, or if I have to address it, I do. But we're not trying to be bullies
Yeah.
at all, and we don't invite the bully energy. I don't like bullies. So if I feel like you coming with bully energy, then I shut that down quick.
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man,
There's no place for that, really.
at all.
Who's like the greatest guitar player in your opinion?
Oh man,
Is that even something you can like nail down?
nah, I can't say there's like the greatest because I don't have like any idols when it comes to like stuff like that, or I don't have any idols. But each player influences me in a different way.
I feel that.
Like when I talk about Jimmy or something, I talk about his boldness and at the time and era that Jimmy was placed here on Earth, like was at a very transitioning period of time where he was doing some boldness that people was just like, yo, what is this madness? But it erupted generations and generations of boldness in musicians. Then I look at like a Prince, who's like, yo, Prince can play,
Yeah.
but like when I watch him, like he wouldn't like do like the razzle dazzle shred stuff. And as a young one, I used to be like, why? Like, But as I got older, I started paying attention to him because he's a performer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the difference in being a player and being a performer. So as I'm getting older and I'm watching all of these guys, and then you look at a Stevie Ray Vaughan who's playing from a different place from his heart. He playing from a different place. The grit, even how he's strumming, like,
Yeah, dude.
he's playing from a different place. So like, just imagine putting all of that into one gumbo. Psh, you have a guitar slayer. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. And then I pull from B.B. King, who has soul, who has all the vibrato in the string, that other players wish to master, So just taking little things from everybody. Everybody has like their own sweep techniques and their expression techniques, whatever,
Yeah.
So I can't say that there's one guy, other than myself, that that is like my favorite guitar. I really enjoy myself. Like
You should, man. I don't think
yeah.
there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, man, I enjoy it. I think for me, because I never know what's going to come out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not playing from a calculated place. Like, literally, if you give me a guitar right now, I won't know what's going to come out. I just know, like, I want to have a seat just like you so I can be like, what you about to play?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
And that's how I see myself. That's why when I am doing the national anthem, you might see me throw in a smile or a chuckle. It was like, ooh, I pulled that off.
Yeah.
Whoa, that was great. All right, God, I see what you did there. You know what I'm saying? So just having fun with it from that standpoint just makes everything cool and great.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to wrap this up with an interesting story I saw.
Okay.
You had an allergic reaction to a cookie.
Mm-hmm.
I got to hear the story on this.
So me and Sophie, shout out to Sophie Lloyd. Me and Sophie are allergic to peanut butter.
Okay.
So we had just asked like the cooking staff, like, "Hey, are there any peanuts in the cookies?" They was like, "No, it's no peanut butter." We're like, "All right, cool." So we were just finishing up rehearsals in Europe, and I just need like a little sugar to wake me up. It's that time difference, so it's like, yo, let me have a little sugar to wake me up a little bit. I ate that cookie, and I was like, this don't feel right to me.
You knew right away.
I knew right away, man. And I went to Rook. I said, hey, real Rook, do you have Benadryl? Does anybody have Benadryl? They were like, why? I said, I think this is peanut butter. And they tasted a piece of it. He was like, yeah, bro, this is peanut. I don't know what peanut butter tastes like.
So you've never had peanut butter?
No. Like, well, when I was a little kid, that's when I found out I was allergic to it because I gave a kid my lunch in school. And I said, man, you can have my lunch. It's cool. I eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because my grandmother used to always make us spaghetti every day after school. So I knew I was going to go home to a hot cooked meal.
Yeah.
This kid needed a hot cooked meal, so I gave him my lunch. I took the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, bit into it, and my throat just closed up.
Wow.
So that was the first time I knew it was, all right, I'm allergic to peanut butter. Europe, man, I ate that cookie. I took like 4 Benadryls. I thought I was going to be cool. And I know it's like matter of the thought. I had to be in peace and harmony. Like,
Yeah, you're trying
relax.
to chill out.
I was like, yo, don't think about it. Just relax. Everybody's like, Jay, are you good? I'm like, yeah, let's just get back to the hotel. I'm okay.
Was this after the show or before?
No, this was the last day of rehearsal, and they started load out.
Okay.
So the next day we were gonna do the show.
Oh man.
Man, look. Get to the hotel. I talked to my lady at the time. And I feel like I'm getting like my skin is burning or something. She was like, well, just take a shower. I was like, I don't know if it's gonna help, but let me take a shower. I took a shower, man, and from the top of my head to my legs, my skin just started whelping up. I was like, uh-oh, my eyes started like closing like Hitch. How you seen the movie Hitch?
Yeah,
Will Smith?
Uh-huh.
Started getting like that. So, excuse me. Whew, that carbonation got me. I went downstairs to Steve. Said, "Hey, does anybody?" I was almost drunk with it. Does anybody know how to use this EpiPen?
Stab me with it.
It was like, holy shit, Justin, look at your face, man. What the fuck is going on with you?
Right.
I was like, I had some peanut butter. I thought it would have wore off. Man, they stuck me with that EpiPen, and it didn't work because we waited too long.
Oh no shit.
So they had to hurry up and call the ambulance, and the ambulance came. The medic team, shout out to them. They stuck me with about 7 EpiPens because we missed it. So we had to like hyper extend like the shots. Like,
right.
We gotta get the adrenaline going in him. And then shortly after, they just had like I started dying off, I guess, because like I couldn't breathe and I just started fizzling out, literally.
That's scary.
Kales was like, yo, bro, you was turning gray. I had to come in and say a prayer for you, bro. So, everybody was giving me good energy, man. They rolled me out, took me to the hospital, took me up to some IVs, gave me some medicine. My man Dante, shout out to Dante. He stayed at the hospital with me. And we probably left like maybe 5, 6 o'clock that morning. Had a show that night. I went to the show, killed it. Still kind of itchy a little bit, but the medicine was in me. Still was on Benadryl. Just had to take it easy, but we went and killed that show.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Cookie almost took you out.
Cookie almost took me out,
That's
man.
crazy.
You know what? I need to stay away from cookies just because of that. But you know what? When I was in Asia, man, I used to go to my doctor and he would give me these allergy shots that would last up to like 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
So anytime I ask, because in Asia they cook with a lot of peanut oils and stuff.
Yeah.
So anytime like something would like trigger, I would feel that kick in. Lifesaver. So I guess I need to re-up on those.
Yeah, man. Be careful out there, them cookies.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. Yeah.
Well, dude, I appreciate you coming through. This has been a lot of fun.
Man, it has been fun, man. I hope it's been everything that you needed it to be or wanted it to be, for sure.
Of course, dude. Yeah, absolutely. I just want to say congratulations
Thank
on
you.
all your success, man.
Thank you.
I'm a fan first.
Thank you, man.
I'm still watching y'all. Love every minute of it. Keep it up.
Thank you,
Making
man.
Dallas proud.
Oh man, I appreciate that, man.
And just thanks for coming through.
Nah, for sure, man. I think it's great that you are a fellow guitarist as well, man. I'll be building something for the guitar community here in Dallas anyway. I feel like the Dallas guitar community is thriving right now.
There's a lot of us out here, man.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
great players, man, and I wanna be hands on. So I'm gonna build a really special guitar community. I already got the name of it and everything. So
Let's talk about it, man. I'd love to be involved.
for sure.
Absolutely. Hey, thanks for tuning in, guys. Y'all be you. We're gonna be us. Later.
Holla. What's up with that?
If you'd like to see raw, unedited, live episodes, follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/whatsupwiththat. To watch full episodes of What's Up With That, subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/whatsupwiththat.